Doing
Hello, how
well.
are you
How are you,
doing?
man?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy. I'm giving thanks to John Green and his team for the great improvements.
Hmm.
Although people are going through challenges within Sierra Leone, John Green and his team are working very hard to see a progress. I'm so happy for that. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yep. John's a great guy. Doing a lot of good work, and it's good to
yeah,
give thanks.
so happy.
Mhm. So yeah,
Yeah.
do you have a
Uh,
topic for the stream, or what are we going over today?
I have a topic for this live. The topic is working towards improving Laka Hospital
Hmm.
with the help of PIH because when I visited the Laka Hospital, majority of the patients are going through morpho constraint. Although the PIH are trying their best, but they have some complaint they offer. Yeah.
So do they have a fundraiser or something going on right now where people can contribute, or what kind of what kind of things do
I
they
will,
need?
yeah, I would love to do that, but I don't know. I want to communicate to John Green before because people. I want to do my own appreciation. You know that I've gone through that same constraint they are going through. I want to do my own appreciation. Go out there, show love to them,
Hmm.
and build them hope, give them hope that they can do it because I've gone through it. They can get out from there with patience and love. Yeah,
Hmm. I mean, yeah. Um,
yeah,
Tuberculosis. It's an awful thing. And not many people are aware that it's still a problem because
yeah.
it's interesting that one of the most curable diseases is still killing millions of people.
Million people,
So
yes. Yeah, people, some of them said that where things go through in the hospital, they have challenges, they think about, oh, can I survive? They have that thought.
mm,
But when I went there, I give them hope, say yes, they can do it. And although they complain too much of constraint, but we pray that all things will be good again.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, mhm,
talking about the hospital is on project right now building a quarter for some patients. Yes.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that they're
Um.
able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Me too. I'm consider about the patient, their well-being.
mhm,
There because I was there too. I have some experience because talking about the drugs
mhm,
is so easy for them. Taking is
mhm, mhm,
AM. They should wake up to take.
mhm,
They explain to me sometimes they go out to find food outside the hospital. Some market people will not. Some market people will not give them food. Yes,
that's awful.
yes, that is the constraint going through. That is the actual constraint.
Mhm,
So yeah, they give thanks to the PIH because the PIH is working their best to provide.
mhm. Well, they're doing great work, and I heard recently that Johnson & Johnson has agreed to not repatent their bedaquiline drugs. So they'll be more easily available. Uh, mhm, mhm,
Majority of them are going too much of
mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
because my mom was there for me. Although
Mhm. Mhm.
challenges they are going through in that local hospital, um, I speak to them. They give me their own intake. Yes, they're constrained going through, and they give thanks to the nurse and doctors. Although they're having some challenges.
Mhm. Well, the good news is it's going to be a lot. Partners and Help's getting a lot of help with Johnson and Johnson and other companies being able to
Yeah,
make generic
yeah,
medicines.
yeah,
It's gonna make everyone's lives a lot
yeah.
easier.
That
Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna save a
yeah.
lot of lives.
Actu yeah, because let us consider about the drugs. Majority of the drugs have a reaction,
Mhm.
you know, especially when you take that drugs and the morning hours at 5, when you take the drugs and
Mhm.
they give you the injection, you don't have food to eat. It reacts to you. It makes the system not to, because the drugs is so heavy, you know that,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm pleading on especially the
Mhm.
food. The food. Majority of them don't have the upper hand to provide food for themselves.
I see. I see. So they need more
Yes.
food resources as well. It's not just the
Yeah,
drugs.
yeah.
Mhm.
More
Okay.
food resources. Because when you have food, you consume more food, the drugs will work within the system
Mhm.
perfectly. That will lead to a great improvement in the health system in this disease.
Got it.
Because
Got it.
when you consider some of them take heavy drugs, or in the morning hours don't have upper hand to take, eat something, it give a reaction,
Got it.
and that is not good for their health. Yeah.
Yeah.
So although the PIH has stepped in to support, we need to put hands together and help the PIH to provide more food. The food is the constraint.
Mhm.
Yes, food constraint.
Got it.
Yeah. Because when I went to the hospital, majority of them happy to discharge. Yes, they're happy to go home, but
Mhm.
some of them said um they are going home, but their family members, what a reaction their family member will give to them. They think about the outcome, because their family member has already concluded that this disease is very dangerous.
Mhm.
It can spread easily and they
Mhm.
can be affected. Some of them said that maybe their relative will not accept them in home.
Mhm.
Some of them think about the settlement after they go out there, settled from friends,
Mhm.
negative. They were thinking about the reaction of the people outside
Mhm.
that already
It's
know that they have this disease. They are
all right.
thinking about that. That is not so. We need to create a space wherein we can provide a working space or a settlement for them if they want to go back and their community wherein they want to stay again, because of the stigma. The stigma is very harsh, because
Mhm.
people will think that after they have gone through the treatment, maybe
Mhm.
when they come close to them, the the disease will wherein we know that when they are go through this treatment,
Mhm.
the disease is vanished forever.
Mhm. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we need to make a create a space wherein after they are
Mhm.
gone, and
Mhm.
if if we need to provide for them,
Mhm.
they have this, they know about this their
Got it. All
status.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think what I think is that it's a the whole tuberculosis it's the drug resistant tuberculosis it's so different, the treatment.
Yeah.
And so I mean it's I think it's just difficult,
Okay.
uh, to spread, the new vaccine so quickly, to spread the
Yeah.
treatment. I mean, we've had bedaquiline for years. It's disappointing that it
Yeah.
hasn't been able to, um, spread everywhere. Not everywhere, but where it needs to be. And so I'm glad that Johnson and Johnson has come to their senses,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and is sharing that. Um, and I'm excited for generic, um, medicines of bedaquiline to distribute, to where you're at and to where other
Distribute.
people
Yeah.
need it as well. And
Yeah.
PIH
Majority
is
of the.
doing a great job. Partners Health doing a great job. And
Yeah,
I'm
they're doing
excited
great
they're
job.
going to get more support. And I know you are too. I know, Lucka Hospital is as well. Um,
Yeah.
do we know how long it will take for the genetic medicines to be developed? That's a good
Um.
question. I assume it
Yeah.
will be fairly quickly, but I mean, you'd have to ask a, medical professional on that one. But I would
Yeah.
assume very quickly, within weeks, months, possibly
Okay.
less. The distribution is what's probably going to take the most time. I mean, for COVID at least, the vaccine was developed in some prototype form in 3 weeks. The distribution testing, that's what takes the most time. Mhm, mhm. Oh yeah.
Family
Mhm,
staying with them, giving
mhm,
their drugs to the patient. You understand? And they need to be appreciated too.
mhm. The nurses are extremely underappreciated, and I know they're doing great work. I've
Yeah.
seen the footage. They're incredible.
Yeah.
Um, my hat's off to them. So yeah.
Yeah. John for that great
Mhm,
improvement about the drugs.
mhm,
I hope the drugs will meet the right people in the right place. Especially the poor country, Sierra Leone, Gulf, other
mhm,
African country that need these drugs because we are already
mhm, mhm,
because we need to save life. I'm so happy me to
mhm,
talk about these things that it can be cured.
mhm,
Although we're having some things, uh, I don't care about that. You
mhm,
understand? What is the right things to put? Talk about the thing, the awareness
mhm,
about this disease, and help to save life. Because majority of them, not only some of them is our country alone. Some of them have this disease,
mhm,
but the kind mentality they have about this disease make
mhm,
them not to go to the hospital. Yes, I even know someone that even have this, but afraid of
mhm,
going to the hospital because they think that when you go to the hospital, they discover this disease, you are finished. Your family
yep.
member will not come too close to you. They will be um different to you, so that mentality make them not to go to
And
the
that
hospital.
sounds like that
But
fear
they need to
mentality
bear
is
the
really
awareness
harmful, but
that
also warranted. Mhm.
yes,
That sounds like it's just an awful decision to have to make, in the first place. It's not as clear cut as it should be. Yeah.
yes, people of that mentality bad. They
Mhm. I mean, it's just an awful situation. Mhm.
very dangerous
Yeah. Mhm. Well, I mean, I'm just it's definitely a difficult and there's a lot more work to do as well. There's so much more work to do. Mhm.
for someone come and tell them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just it's a really difficult situation. But there's a lot of good work getting done. The work's not over. Mhm,
So, uh,
mhm,
so disease. I want to monetize different platforms, the television station,
mhm,
preach about this thing, teach about this thing outside, so that the people in the provinces area will have the awareness that this disease can be
mhm,
cured. Let them know. They should not
mhm.
have that work with my friends that were already discharged. Want to go from radio station, TV, teaching about this disease. They bring the awareness to the layman within the silent platform. I don't know
Cured
if I can.
bacteria.
Uh,
Yeah. Mhm, mhm. Oh yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming. Cures are coming. Get them out there. I mean, I'm disappointed that Johnson and Johnson was holding on to that cure in the first place. But I mean, you have to celebrate and thank them for eventually realizing. Oh, there we go. You're connected again. Perfect.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So
There we
yes,
go.
that is my dream. I need to
Mhm,
and I want to mobilize engage guys that have already go through these challenges the same
mhm,
as I got. Think about them because we usually meet with some of my colleagues that we
mhm.
have already go through these challenges in the Laka hospital within the PIH platform because they think they have a platform wherein we can get together, discuss about way forward. So I want to um, gather my friends wherein I build a group wherein to fight
Mhm,
against this disease. I'm going in the outside in the countryside alone, in the radio station,
mhm.
giving the awareness about this disease. Let them don't have that mentality. Preach against the negative mentality about this
Hypertency.
disease.
Mhm,
Yes, yes. I'm working towards that. I want to discuss on with John Green if I
mhm.
can get when you guys gather my friends.
Oh, cutting
Wherein
out.
we go
There we
out,
go.
talk about these things. So people will have that mentality that no, if I have this disease, I need to go to the hospital
Mhm,
and do some um tests so that I can
mhm,
be cured. Because when we look about the talk about the new drugs,
mhm,
it's it's ill faster. It's ill faster because when you go to the hospital in Laka, it take they put you on the long regiment or the short regiment. When they put you on the short regiment, you take only four 4 months.
mhm.
If the drugs work within your system
Yeah.
perfectly, they can be discharged. You can be discharged within 4 months.
Mhm,
But if the disease has already affecting you badly, you can
mhm,
go out.
mhm,
Yes, you can stay there.
mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds really like a
So
difficult
that is my
situation if you
plan.
have to stay.
Yes,
Heartbreaking.
because
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is yeah.
It just sounds
So
like a
yeah,
incomprehensibly like I can't imagine how awful that is to go through. Um
yeah,
and I think that the way forward so no one has to deal with that is everyone has to work together. Because we can do it.
yeah,
It is curable. That science is there. The medicine's there. We have to work
yeah.
together to distribute that
Work together. Yes,
as a
yeah.
community. Nerdfighteria. Yeah.
Community. Yes, yeah. We need
Yep.
to work together to fight against the negative thinking about this disease.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because when
Yep.
people have the awareness about this
Hmm.
disease, they cannot be afraid. They will go willingly on the to the hospital to do a checkup to
Hmm.
know how and their health. You understand? Know more about their health.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I completely agree. I couldn't agree
Yeah.
more. Yep.
Yes.
Let's see.
So
The comment. Hmm.
we are in
mhm,
we can come together to spread the awareness, not have that negative
mhm, mhm. And negative mentality does not help. Um, I mean, we gotta keep moving forward.
yeah.
Everyone has to work
I'm
together.
so happy for the great news. Yeah,
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
already released the
mhm,
price about this. I know very soon the drugs will be in Sierra Leone and other parts of
mhm.
yes, yeah,
Yep. I mean, John Green. I mean, I'm so happy that he's doing all this great work. Um,
yeah,
thanks, Preston C. Yeah. I don't know how great it is, but we'll work with it. But I mean, John Green's been
yeah,
doing great work, and I'm doing what I do. People are doing what they're doing. His community's doing great. You're doing great. People over there are doing great. Everyone's working together. And it gives me hope.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I hope everyone else
yeah,
feels the same way. Yeah, hope.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
So we should keep building our community strong,
mhm,
thinking about the people, the poor people that have no income.
mhm,
You understand? We need to bring happiness to them, thinking that when you have this disease, there is more hope for you. You can
mhm,
be become ill again, go out, do your business normally
mhm,
without no stigma, because even we need to establish a policy wherein
mhm,
it can be in the policy government policy wherein every people that involved in this
mhm,
disease must not be stigmatized, right?
mhm,
There should be a policy. I don't know how you guys see it, but it's for me that for my
mhm,
own suggestion, there must be a policy because the stigma make people not to go to the hospital to know their
mhm,
status, right? So we need to establish a policy. I don't know how is it.
mhm. Well, I think a good way of aiding and getting rid of the stigma is to be able to at least get the medicines there, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
Is going to
yeah,
happen
yeah.
pretty
That is
quickly,
correct.
which is good, great. So once we have the medicines,
Yeah,
the stigma starts
the
to go
medicine.
away.
Yeah,
People realize, okay, well, I can get help. Um,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that'll be really
That mean
positive. Yeah.
that yeah. That's why I need to gather people, my friends, to preach about this
Mhm,
awareness. They should know that yes, drug is available for this. It can be cured.
mhm.
Yeah,
And you're doing a great job of that. Your channel's doing that, and that's what's great. Um,
yeah,
that's what I'm happy is that you have that audience. Someone in the
yeah,
comments, I don't know how to pronounce the name, made a good point that everyone across the world is making impact here. And that's really exciting that
yeah,
everyone's working together to help people. You might not see it on the
yeah.
news
We
every
need to
day,
make
but that's the good side of the world. So happy about that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Me too.
Everyone's
I'm
doing their
happy
part.
because yeah, there is great improvement. Yeah,
Mhm,
we need to support the PIH because they are doing a great job too. Because
mhm,
I imagine when I went to the hospital, because majority of them discharged this last Thursday, and they are so happy to go home,
mhm,
meet some of their friends,
mhm,
relatives, and I saw PIH giving the patients
mhm,
food item and
mhm,
also give them transport
mhm.
because some of them is far away from the provinces areas and they're happy, very happy.
Well, that's
Yeah, the
great.
great
I
job
mean, it's
for
great. It's great that
yeah,
you're staying
yeah,
in the community and helping people. Like other people helped you, and that's really
yeah,
positive. And that makes a real impact. And making their time less painful.
yeah.
Giving them hope. Hmm.
Because of the kind of mentality people are going with this disease
Hmm.
is going rampant because the
Hmm.
kind of mentality people have is not just individually,
Mhm.
Yes, because when I think about can when okay, especially my story when I have this disease, right? My cousin even
Mhm.
disown me, don't even visit me in the hospital.
Mhm.
Only my mother, right?
Mhm.
Don't they have that mentality? I should not go close to my brother, my cousin. He have that disease. No, even his
Thank you.
husband
Yep.
too. In a mother to wash
Mhm.
and hands because you have already gone to me, pay visit to me. Maybe it
Mhm.
can be that mentality is not good for people, right? Because it make people that go close to the individual that have this disease go far away from them because that they make the thing
Mhm.
dangerous. Yeah, it's not good.
And your mom sounds
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, I can't imagine how difficult that must have been, and she just sounds like
Yeah.
an incredible person. Yeah.
Although the yeah, it was
Mhm.
really tough. It was really tough because majority of yeah,
Sorry, you cut out
majority
for
of
a
my
second. Yeah.
friends
Yep.
go away.
Mhm.
That's why they said when a challenges come, that is the time we know your real friend
Mhm.
because majority of my friends gone away, leave me,
Mhm.
don't even think about me.
Mhm.
It was so horrible.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my mom friends all ran away too. Yes.
Mm.
They don't come close to my mom.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well,
That
it's
was so
yeah. Mhm.
yes. It was so even to now because some of them have already become shame because I say, oh, then they don't even think that I will survive because
Mhm.
the kind of mentality that they have that kind of mentality was not good
Mhm.
for them. So when they
Yeah.
see me now alive walking along the road, they become shy. If they want to greet me, they will
Mhm.
put bow down their head and greet me.
Well, that's part of the stigma that you were talking about that we really need to get rid of. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. That's massive. Yeah. But I think with time, and with the treatments, it'll become a lot easier. I mean, you were one of the first people, I think the first in Sierra Leone that I've heard of, to get the bedaquiline treatment. And so, I mean, you're the first man. You're the guy, you know. And so you're leading the charge of getting rid of that stigma. And you should be proud of yourself for that. Um, yeah. You there? Disconnect again. Think he's gonna come back. Give it a sec. Henry, you there? All right. I think the computer's thinking. Well, I'll wait a few minutes, see if he reconnects. Yeah, yeah, Discord is notoriously bad for quality. If any of you guys are typing comments, if you say Henry, it might be a little bit confusing. My name's Henry too. Um, so someone said Henry, and I got that confused. Where is he? I mean, my internet sucks. I don't know how I'm still connected. It's a miracle. I am not sure. Hold on, let me give him a text. Yep, Henry, and Henry. I'm Henry B. He's Henry R. So